Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgy.
I'm Paz.
And this is FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE. I have a real... Can you have a soft spot for a for a death metal band?
Since you got together.
It's all right. I have a blackened spot for this band. Ever since hearing The Violation, which you said, listen to this and send me a link, kind of thing. And I was just like, oh my giddy aunt.
To be fair, you took that and ran with it. I didn't.
Right.
I like bits of their stuff. So.
Well, that album, Agony, I absolutely love. And then they brought out Labyrinth, and it was not as good. It's not a bad album, but it just is missing whatever Agony had that made it special. And I thought, is it like a one-album wonder? And then they brought out King, which was just superb. So they've got a new album coming out. Louis Augusto said in the comments, you know, new FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE. And the thing is, people who watch this probably think that, I don't know about you, but they probably think that I spend all my time reading the music press or following all these bands and everything, and I just don't. You know, I like to listen to them and I know the bands I like and all of that sort of thing, but I couldn't name the members of the band, you know, and all that sort of thing. It's just not who I am. I know you quite like following what's going on in the industry more.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I'm just kind of a listener who likes what he likes, but I don't care about what they're doing in their, you know, personal lives and all of that sort of thing. And I mean, I like to know a new album's coming out, obviously, but I don't follow them so that I see it coming 6 months in advance. But yeah, so anyway, they've got a new album coming out. It's called Velino, and it's not out till May
24th.
May 24th on Nuclear Blast. But this is a song called Sugar. I have not heard any of this at all. It's literally just come out anyway.
8th. That was yesterday. Came out yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm really excited and obviously a little bit nervous, because when you really want something to be good, you have that please be good kind of thing. So yeah. So I mean, you like them, but you're not like a big fan kind of thing.
No, I don't have a blackened spot.
A blackened spot.
A blackened spot for it.
Yeah. So I guess we just get on with it. Unless you want to add, because I've just wittered for a good 2 minutes.
No.
Okay then.
Let's crack on.
So, Alan Hewling, this is almost certainly not for you.
Oh, my mother. Probably.
Oh, yeah. Not that we're comparing you to my mother. No, Alan comments quite a lot. He likes his metal, but he doesn't like that. He's kind of on that journey of getting into the darker, more growly kind of metal, and it takes time, doesn't it?
It does.
So whereas this is probably not for you, Alan. But you never know. It might just click with you. Without further ado, he says. Please be good. I knew sugar was bad for you, and there's like a war on sugar, but I didn't realise it was that bad.
I think she OD'd on Flesh God Apocalypse there.
FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE, if you're not familiar with them, you'll be surprised to hear that that was quite an accessible song for them, because it didn't have the sort of ultra blast beat kind of, you know, extreme blast beat thing going on, but it did have all of the signature FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE things. You know, it had the orchestration, it had the that orchestral chord progression that you get, you know. They didn't bring the opera singer in, but I'm pretty sure the lady with the mask on is the opera singer lady. I've seen her before, and I think, but I'm not certain. But anyway, so because I'm kind of thinking like, right, what's the album going to be like? So I think that's like the ballad of the album to kind of give you a feel for what you're going to get. I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I'm a complete fanboy. So
it's like I say, it was more accessible than what I can recall them being, because I've not listened to it for a while. But they do tread that fine line, don't they, between something that is accessible and something that just comes across as a noise that you have to have a certain metal qualification to understand. That's a good analogy. And this is on the accessible side of that fine line. The guitars are cutting through. The orchestration, I thought, was really good, really good. Added quite a lot to it.
Yeah. They've stuck to what they do. So they did. So progression wise, it's kind of, I think it's got a bit slicker, but I don't think it's changed. You know, they're still doing what they did. You know, if you go back to Agony, which I mentioned, which is 3 albums ago, you can hear those same things in it, and I love the sort of operatic parts of what FLESHGOD APOCALYPSE do, and that wasn't in this song, but that doesn't mean so what, you know. I still really liked it. I'm kind of all hyper about this.
Yeah, that has piqued my interest back in them, because I did really enjoy it, and I thought the video was incredible.
Yes,
they're an amazing piece of.
They've stuck to that Renaissance era look of the thing, which they've always had. And they're clearly, clear to me anyway, they're clearly musicians beyond a bunch of people who I can play the guitar and I can play the drums and I can play the piano. They're clearly got much broader musical, and I don't know this because, like I said, I don't study bands, I don't look at what they've all done before and all of that sort of thing, but to be able to write in all of those other influences like the orchestration and the operatic stuff and all, you must have an understanding of it all, and you know how it works and how it fits together, to be able to write such extreme metal that still melts together. I mean, metal's one of those weird genres where you can, I've said it 100 times, where you can literally, you know, throw anything into the mix, and if you do it right, it works. There's some terrible clashes and people haven't done it right, but you can spot them a mile away. But this is just so well put together. Admittedly, before I even came into this, I was ready to like it. You know, I was like, I'm totally biased and everything. But you're not.
I was not, and I was won over by that.
So, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I clearly am a total fanboy. Can't wait for the album to come out. Hopefully they'll do a couple more videos, because they do pretty good videos. They did a good video with a ballerina on a stage that doesn't sound like it should work, and that was a good video, you know. And they did a video from King. In fact, the ballerina one might have been from King, but they did a video from King of, and it was all like debauchery, you know, but it's all like Renaissance period. They're sticking to it basically, and I don't blame them. You find something that works. They must get through a lot of white shirts, because they've always got all these white shirts, and they wear them like live and everything. And they must have this constant laundry thing going on with white shirts, which is probably not what I'm supposed to focus on.
That's really good. Well, what is interesting though, is when metal manages to fuse a ton of stuff, you know, any kind of genre into it. I just wondered, I was thinking, is there any other genre that does it, and secondly, can do it?
I guess you've got like hip hop sampling everything.
That's not exactly the same thing.
But that's not the same thing.
That's
no.
just nicking.
Yeah, it's just plagiarism, basically.
I wouldn't be happy if someone nicked part of my song, and
unless they paid you,
especially if they made it better.
Unless he went on to be a platinum selling thing, and you got all the royalties.
Oh, that'd be all right.
Yeah, okay.
I could live with that. I could live with my abhorrence.
I'm not happy, but give me the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You
Yeah,
don't
I
get
mean,
pop bands, indie bands, or
don't-
classical music.
well,
so.
look, I'm thinking of a genre like jazz. I don't know. I'm not into jazz, but I doubt very much if jazz are doing.
Because you can get jazz
You
metal.
get jazz fusion.
You get jazz metal, but you won't get metal jazz, will you? You won't get metal played by a bunch of jazz musicians. Or would you?
I know a band of jazz musicians that turned into a metal band,
Right, personally, yeah.
which was Shining. We saw them live supporting
Did we?
Devin Townsend.
Oh, right.
You might not remember.
No.
The guy came on with a saxophone at one point and literally tortured his saxophone.
Don't remember that.
It was. I bought the album. The album was called 111, and the band was called Shining. And I thought, wow, why do they play in such? It was really weird what they were doing. And then, so I did go and look them up, and they used to be a jazz band, but they're not anymore. So the time signatures were just like all over the place. And the drummer was amazing. Devin came on and said, "We can't play any of that stuff," kind of thing. But yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, they stuck in my mind.
You get like folk metal.
But they turned into a metal band. They didn't incorporate it into jazz. If anything, they took their jazz roots and metaled it all up.
But you get metal bands that incorporate
Let's turn it into a podcast.
folk music, and you get pirate metal and all that sort of symphonic metal, etc. But you don't get it the other way around, do you? You don't tend to get
people who are normally doing shanties putting metal elements.
That add metal elements to their music.
Yeah.
I don't know. Perhaps I'm wrong.
I think the problem with there would be metal's such a big, overpowering genre that you would stop being what you were. With metal, it can absorb these things and not turn into something else. It becomes an element within the metal. But if you put metal into a pop song, is it a pop song anymore, or is it a folk song anymore? If you add a metal, if you're dancing, if you're dancing around with things, suddenly baby metal jumped into my head. If you dancing around as a pop band and all of a sudden you come in with your guitar and hit like a load of brown chords, then is it a metal song rather than a pop song with metal elements? This has nothing to do with Flesh God Apocalypse. You all gone by now anyway? I'm sure you have.
I guess other the powers that be in the music industry probably have a stuffy look at view on metal and probably say, we don't want any metal in our...
Which is mad, isn't it? Because every time you see a car advert or anything that just wants to add a little excitement, they put some generic metal music behind it to say, this is exciting, so therefore...
let's have some exciting music.
Let's have some exciting music. What we're going to go to? We're not going to go to Steps. That's a terrible ancient reference, isn't it? But we're not going to go to some pop group, or we're not going to go to... We need some chunky guitars or whatever. Probably not going to stick Flesh God Apocalypse across the next Ford advert, but just some like non-offensive metal sounding music. So why is it that people go, no, it's metal, when it's everywhere, it's on it. People use it non-stop to try and add excitement to anything, a movie trailer or, There's bands I've heard and you think, that'd be so good as like the outro to a film when the credits are rolling, just have this kick in, but what do I know? I'm biased.
Is it? And there definitely is a podcast there somewhere. Let's put that down. Write that down.
I feel like we just did one.
Poor Flesh God Apocalypse. We've gone off them.
Anyway,
which is a bit of a shame because it took away from an amazing vid. And
there's only so much I can say about Flesh God Apocalypse because I'm such a fanboy, and that ticks all my boxes as far as I'm concerned. So
King European Tour 2018.
Yeah,
it's going to be touring.
2018. So if you go back in time, you can go and see them.
Sorry.
I know I'd get totally confused about what year it is. It takes me till about June before I start writing the right year down on things. Anyway, I think we comprehensively covered that.
Yeah.
We didn't, but we comprehensively covered at least two things. Let us know what you think. You probably didn't get this far. We had a ramble. See you soon.
You know.
Bye.